Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Nelson, professor of history at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College down at the Bainbridge campus. I'm also director of the USG Goes Global Scotland Study Abroad program. And with a time limit of 7 minutes, I want to try. Let me tell you a little bit about the 2024 Scotland Study Abroad program this year. So most of the images in this PowerPoint are all taken either by myself or mostly by students. So this is truly the students' perspective of the program. Again, we're through the USG Goes Global. Most of what I'm going to say today and more can be found on the website, including syllabi and specific dates and things of that nature. We do it in 2 sessions. The first session is May 19th through 31st of 2024, and then a second session of June 2nd through the 14th. And they run, students arrive on a Sunday, and our last day is a Friday. And of course, I teach on both programs as I'm the director, but we have 2 other professors who teach on the 2 different sessions. Of course, we're based in Great Britain, in the nation of Scotland. Our housing will be in the capital, Edinburgh, Scotland, but we're going to spend quite a bit of time going to other places such as Glasgow, St. Andrews, the Highlands, Stirling. So a quick overview of the program. Again, the program runs 2 weeks in country. We're running about 1,900. There's a slight chance it could go up just a tiny bit, but 1,900 is sort of our stated price at the moment. That does not include airline tickets. And of course, it doesn't include tuition. What is included is the housing, all transportation for any required field trips. We do have an opening meal. It also includes breakfast. Other meals students are on their own for. It also includes, again, entranceways to all of our field trips. And also, we do a traditional Scottish ceilidh dance, and we always try to include at least one ghost tour. And sometimes we're able to include a few other extras as we go along, depending on what the pound rate is and things of that nature. Of course, we're open to all USG students, and this year we're offering courses in history, literature, and criminal justice. Again, we spend both our time in the capital city of Edinburgh, but also quite a bit elsewhere as well. Again, I'm Dr. Nelson. This is my email. I'm teaching 2 courses. We always try to teach a core level course and an upper level course. I'm doing World History 2 for my core level, and then a special topics in history called The Transformation of Scotland, looking at Scotland from 1500 to about 1850. For session 1, and of course, I'm on both sessions, but for session 1, we have Dr. Laura Ing, who's doing literature for us. She's looking at British Lit for her core level, although her theme is gender in literature. And then for her upper level, she's looking at the history of the novel, specifically Scotland's role in that. Everything from Walter Scott in the 19th century up to J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter in the 21st century. For session 2, I'm going to be joined by Dr. Ava Thorpe from Fort Valley State University. She teaches criminal justice. And again, one course will be Introduction to Criminal Justice, but the other course will look at the transformation of Scottish policing, going back from torture all the way up to modern rehabilitation. She's interesting because she's actually been to Scotland before. She does have some contacts in the criminal justice world there. While we do have a classroom space on site where we're staying, we try to limit this to just really just a few hours over the 2 weeks. Both of the Thursdays in the morning, we do a little bit in the classroom. We usually have a little tea and snacks while we teach, but we really try to spend most of our time outside of the classroom. So we do push a lot of the assignments, discussions, even the major assignments and exams online through D2L. These are what the last couple of years have looked like. But again, we really want students out and about enjoying Scotland, whether during their free time or as part of the course. So again, this is what teaching in Scotland looks like over the last few years. So we go to sites. We might sit for a while. We might have a short lecture, a short discussion, go see a site, go somewhere else, again, sit for a little bit, maybe eat. But we really want them out and about as much as they can. While they do get their own airline tickets, we do recommend flights for students, and there's only so many flights from Atlanta to Edinburgh anyway, so most of the students are going to wind up on the same flights unless they go early, and that because we don't have a group flight, students do have that option of going a little bit early or staying a little bit late. I do try my best to meet students at the Edinburgh airport on that Sunday. If they come on that Sunday, I do my best to, I just realized I'm going to spend the whole day down there helping them arrive, especially for those first time travelers, and making sure I can help arrange for their transportation back to where we're going to stay, which is only about a 25-minute ride back into Edinburgh. This is a quick map of the historic section of Edinburgh. We're just slightly off this map, about a 15-minute walk from the historic section. We stayed at Edinburgh Central Youth Hostel. It's really think more of a kind of a basic hotel. Students will stay here 2 to a room. This is where we also do the breakfast every morning. There are spaces for study, for hanging out, for cooking. Again, students stay 2 to a room. They both get their own beds. They do have a private bathroom there. There are also bathrooms elsewhere in the facility. They can cook here. They can store their food here. And fortunately, over the years, we have not had too many issues with students. They've always enjoyed the hostel, luckily. We do have an opening meal at a local restaurant called Howie's, where they can get their first taste of Scottish food, including haggis. Again, about half the field trips are around Edinburgh, the castles, the museums, the nature sites. Harry Potter fans in particular love Edinburgh because a lot of that Harry Potter was inspired by Edinburgh. It's also, of course, the political center for the country, such as the legislature. It's also a lot of nature. We always do a nature hike every year. We have a local park ranger we work with. But we also get out of Scotland, out of Edinburgh as well. In Edinburgh, we also do a Scottish Ceilidh dance, usually on the first Tuesday of the week. It's a local event. Sometimes we're the only non-Scots in the room. These are images from several years ago. In Glasgow, we also usually do a British tea. Checking my time, I'm very, very close. So these are from last couple of years in Glasgow. So we do take trains to go to places like St. Andrews, Stirling. They do have a free weekend from Friday afternoon till Sunday night. So some students might head down to London, others might head to Ireland, or just stay in Scotland. We also do a Highlands tour. We have our own tour guide, Kirsten Grew, who we work with every year. We hire our own bus, and again, we explore the Highlands as much as we can. These may not always be the sites we go. It does change every year. And we do spend a day and sometimes a night in Glasgow. Again, my name is Dr. Dave Nelson. If you have any specific questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you, and I hope I didn't run over. Let me go ahead and end the video now. Thank you, everybody.